Hey guys, you've probably read the title. Black Friday is a waste of your time, and you probably shouldn't be spending so much time focusing on it like you are currently, or like you did just a couple of weeks ago. So today is the 10th of December, so we're just coming to the end of another Q4. I think, how many of these have I done now? Probably like six Q4s in like actual Shopify kind of e-com space, like actually working as a developer or agency owner or whatever. I think that's starting to get a little bit quieter now. Obviously, you still have the run up to Christmas where people are running some promotions and sales, and then you have the New Year sales and so on. But nothing like the mania that leads into Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and so on. So why am I saying that Black Friday is overhyped and probably a waste of your time? Well, don't get me wrong. You can generate a ton of money on Black Friday and around Black Friday, but most of you guys do it wrong, and most of you guys think that Black Friday is the day that you should be focusing on, and then you've already lost before you even start. We every year have a bunch of people come through our funnel, a bunch of smaller brands coming through our funnel, even maybe technically medium-sized brands, depending on what revenue you would consider a medium-sized brand to be. But like low six figures, even multi six figures per month in revenue. So, doing a couple of million a year, doing a few million a year, still coming to us like 10 days before Black Friday, 14 days before Black Friday, being like, I need this landing page, or like, I need a brand new page for Black Friday, or I need a new product page for Black Friday, or I need a new email flow for Black Friday. And sure, like, those things help and they're important, but also, like, first of all, you're not going to get a good one in 10 days, going through a proper design phase, a proper development phase, etc. You could use a page builder and put something together relatively quickly, but is it really worth it, to be honest with you, or should you just run with what you have and rely on marketing and messaging, essentially? Now, a lot of brands think that Black Friday is going to make or break their business, and every year brands are super anal and kind of autistic about Black Friday, and it's kind of irritating to an extent, as you might tell. Every year, kind of going through this with the same story, just different brands. Brands think that Black Friday will make or break their business, and they think that if they have a successful Black Friday, that everything magically will change in their business, and they'll have loads of money, and life will be great. Now, again, don't get me wrong, you can earn a lot of money on Black Friday. But let's put this, let's have an actual think about this and put this theory to the test. If you have a really excellent Black Friday, you might do two times or maybe three times the amount of revenue in a single day that you typically do in a single day during the rest of the year. So if you on average do $1,000 a day in sales, on Black Friday you might do $3,000 of sales. Let's get crazy. Let's say you do $5,000 of sales. So you do five times what you typically do in a normal day. That's great, but that's the equivalent of 5 days of normal revenue, which isn't going to make or break your business. If you need that extra $4,000 on Black Friday to float your business, then there's something wrong with your business. Now, it's extra money, so I'm not sitting here saying that, hey, you should just ignore Black Friday and it shouldn't be something you focus on at all. But the amount of energy that brand owners put into Black Friday specifically is a little bit insane. And the degree to which they stress themselves and everyone around them out for Black Friday is a little bit crazy, given that the actual returns on Black Friday on that one particular day are not likely to be that much more than what you get on a normal day. Sure, it might be 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x what you do in a normal day, but when you extrapolate that over the entirety of the year, it's really not that much more money. So that's not to say that you can't earn significantly more money on or around Black Friday, but it is to say that that specific day isn't going to make or break your business. Now, with bigger brands, they do generate a shit ton of money going into Black Friday and around Black Friday. And the way that they do that is by not, first of all, they prepare more in advance. Most small to medium sized brands start preparing for Black Friday a few days before Black Friday, which is dumb and adds to how manic everything is because you're not really prepared. You're trying to revise for a test that's like the next day and you're not prepared at all. So obviously you're going to be stressed and things are not going to be going the way that you want them to. But what bigger brands do more successfully is they essentially start their Black Friday sale weeks in advance. So they are prepping for Q4 and Q2 and Q3. So they're already several months ahead. Then Q4 starts and they start ramping up their ad spend. They start driving more traffic to the website and they will do so unprofitably for a period of time. Sometimes you'll have brands, oftentimes you'll have the bigger brands that really make bank on Black Friday and Cyber Monday and the days around it. They will run engagement campaigns to get people to sign up for mailing lists, to get people to sign up for limited time drops, to get people to sign up for deals that will be going live later in the month of November. And then once they have sufficient people on their list, they'll then aggressively market to them with email and SMS marketing to get them to come to the store and make purchases. As people start to make purchases, they will then get recommended new products and new offers, and start to essentially ascend different tiers within the customer framework. So, for example, let's say you have someone who comes in on a landing page that promises them a crazy Black Friday deal, or a crazy deal before Black Friday. Don't wait for Black Friday. Get an amazing deal now. They sign up. They get a discount code for 50% off a specific product. They go and they purchase that product. After they buy the product, they get an email saying, hey, thanks for purchasing. There's a surprise waiting for you on Black Friday. Watch out, or keep a lookout in your inbox. Black Friday comes around, they get spammed with messages. Now, you don't typically want to spam people, but you can be a bit more aggressive around Black Friday, telling them that, hey, come back to the site, we have accessories 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that you can get a crazy discount on. Each accessory is discounted by 50%. But if you buy all the accessories together, you get an extra gift or an extra this or that on top of that. So now you take that one guy, you sold him that initial thing leading into Black Friday, but then he also bought a bunch of other shit on Black Friday because it was discounted and he got a deal, and so on and so forth. Now, that's a rudimentary example of generating sales leading into Black Friday and then capitalizing on your existing customers on Black Friday itself. And if you run your campaigns this way and you're a little bit long term in your thinking, as opposed to just thinking, here's one day I'm going to generate loads and loads of revenue, you can generate a significant amount of revenue leading into Black Friday, meaning that by the time you get to Black Friday, your month is already up by 2x, 3x, 4x. Then you have Black Friday that bumps you up even further, and then you have the weekend after, and then Cyber Monday, and then going into December, you're way up on an average month. And that can make a difference to your year. Because imagine, let's say that in a typical year, if you exclude November for a second, let's say in an average year, you do $1,000 a day, like in the example before, that's $30,000 a month. Now, let's say, for example, in November, you quadruple your revenue. You've now done $120,000 in the month of November, which means that that 1 month of November is the equivalent of 4 months during the rest of the year. So essentially, you added another quarter to the year, but with a similar amount of ad spend, which also means you're highly profitable during that month as well. That's how bigger brands actually generate loads of revenue during Black Friday. And it can, if you leverage this correctly and plan correctly, be a hugely important period of time for your business. But if you're doing what most brands do, which is, listening to some guru online talking about Q4 and then being like, oh my God, I need to do something for Black Friday, or I need to do something for Cyber Monday, and then going insane and like trying to scavenge together some landing page to go live Thursday night just before Black Friday that offers, some crazy discount or something, and then launching some randomly new campaign on Meta to drive traffic directly to that landing page, you're not really doing anything. Like, you think you're doing something, but you're not really doing anything. Because the likelihood is, if all you did was just kept your old templates live and just added a discount code and some type of banner at the top of the page, you probably would have generated the same amount of revenue. You probably would have generated the same amount of sales. Your conversion rates probably would have been the same. That last minute stress that you put on yourself trying to get ready in a few hours for Black Friday really doesn't make that much of a difference on Black Friday. And even if you have an incredibly good Black Friday, it's not going to make a difference to your business year round. And that's why I say that for most brands, Black Friday is overhyped and probably a waste of your time. Realistically, what you should be doing is focusing on the fundamentals of your business, focusing on having some type of content creation system that allows you to create organic content regularly, that allows you to create ad creatives regularly, especially with new Andromeda update that will allow you to push out dozens of ads per month on top of your existing campaign. You should be doing ongoing A/B testing on your current website, testing different headlines, testing different prices, different sales, different product imagery, different layouts, and things like that. You should have all that stuff in place for the entirety of the year, and then supercharge it nearing to the end of Q3, going into Q4, so you can prep for nearing the end of Q2, going into Q3, so that you can prep for Q4 adequately. And you're not getting to November and being like, oh well, Black Friday's in 10 days, I should do something for Black Friday. Instead, you're like, okay, strategically, Black Friday is in 3 months' time. I know that this product is our bestseller. I know that this messaging works the best on ads. I know that this discount code performs the best, or this percentage off performs the best. I know that we have this many people on our mailing list. I know that last year X amount converted when we did our Black Friday promotions. Therefore, I would like to increase our mailing list to be this much leading into Black Friday, and then we'll target them with these sales 2 weeks in advance, 1 week in advance, on the day, 2 days after Cyber Monday, and going into December, just to catch everyone we can leading into Christmas. You want that data, you want that structure. You don't just willy-nilly want to be being like, okay, well, it's Black Friday, let's do something quickly. But yeah, a little bit of a rant from me. Hopefully it was helpful. If you are a small to medium-sized brand, focus on the business fundamentals first. Get your business into a good place from that point of view. Worry about Black Friday second. I'm not saying don't do anything for Black Friday, but if you're just focusing on Black Friday, then you're doing it wrong.